Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm out at the cabin. It's September. I did some hunting this morning and the rain kind of drove me out of the woods. I got soaked through. It's been a while. I haven't posted any videos. This summer was kind of just a hectic summer. After by the end of June into July we had a massive storm. And it destroyed so many trees in this county. And of course my job ended up cutting trees all the way through the whole month of July into August. I mean, practically didn't do anything but. So, and it doesn't make for very good video. A few trees once in a while cut is okay, but you know, having a bunch of video of me cutting trees, I didn't feel like making videos. So also we had a couple people in my family pass, and I don't know, just didn't feel like doing it. So I'm kind of doing a reboot, starting over. The cabin is basically done. So, you know, that being said, there's always things to do here, and I'm still going to continue to work on it and improve it. I did not get my bathhouse built this summer. I never even started it. I just didn't have time. So we're just using a tent, and you know, which is fine. It works for now. And I mean, nowadays you can buy a pretty decent cheap tent for $100 or less, and it gives you some privacy and gets you out of the weather. Just for, you know, bathing and for bathroom. So that works okay for now. Hopefully like I said, next summer, that's the plan, is to get that built. So today I thought, I actually have never done it on my channel. I've not given a full tour of the completed cabin. So I'm going to try to do that today. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk through it and see what it looks like. If you got any comments or questions, put them in the question box, and I'll try to get back to you with a comment answering your question, or whatever, even good ideas. Like I said, this cabin is not really done. It may never be done because I always, you know, might be improving it. And I can put electrical in it. Right now it's totally off grid. There's no way to get on grid really. It's too far away from the road. So you got to use lanterns and that, but with LED technology and batteries and all that, it really shouldn't be that big a deal. So I mean, I can put in some lighting. You know, the wood stove is set up with a blower, so having a little bit of electricity would be great, you know, to blow the heat around. I've actually done that with my generator, but it'd be nice, you know, not to have the generator running if I don't need it. So anyway, we'll start the tour right now. Okay, we're the outside here. You can see the porch. Most of you have watched my videos before. You've probably even seen it being built. It's just about, it's like a 4-foot overhang. The inside, well, the whole building is about, of course it was made with logs, so they're not exactly, but roughly 9 foot wide by 20 foot long. The inside is a bit shorter, minus 4 feet obviously, plus the thickness of the logs. So yeah, the inside is small. It's a single room cabin with a loft. So the roof is steel. It's a steel roof. You know, not recycled material, new, but donated. And a friend of mine donated it. He had a barn. He bought a barn. I don't remember exactly. He bought a house and a barn, or with a barn, and they had remodeled the barn. So of course they put on tin, and this is what he had left over. Not tin, but steel. I call it tin. And anyway, you get the idea. So it's got a steel roof. It's been chinked with concrete. You know, it's been insulated with, you know, fiber and foam, modern materials. I don't know if you can see the foam, but yeah, there's some foam that popped out. So it's been insulated all the way around. best I could. It's meshed underneath. It's off the ground. A lot of cabins, people build them on the ground, and you end up getting, rot through the floor. This way the air can go through it. Unfortunately, rodents can get underneath this way. So I do mouse traps and that. I don't have too much trouble. I've got storage bins outside. That's kind of to store, any extra stuff. You don't have a lot of room for storage. It's a one-room cabin. So the back side of the cabin, here we are. Here's the chimney, which actually just basically stovepipe, single walled through, but I put brick. I built brick and mortar around it up against the logs, obviously, because I didn't want to burn it up, and that seems to work fine. They used to do it that way, and that's the way it is nowadays, I guess, for me. I could have made it fancier, try to do this as cheap as possible. It's kind of the thing that if you have the land, anybody can afford to do it. You just have, it's a lot of sweat equity. There's a lot of work to do, but you can get away with doing it fairly cheaply. Permachink is the compound you buy. It's synthetic. Works great. It's awesome for houses. This is a little off-grid cabin. This is a hunting, fishing shack type thing. So I didn't want to spend a fortune. So that's why I went with the concrete. Concrete's relatively cheap. $3 a bag, quickcrete. It's a lot of work, but it did work good. This will be the third winter with it. Actually, the second winter fully completed the chinking. And so far, I've had a few little cracks. I have not really had to patch anything. And everything that seems like was going to fall, fell, come out. And so far, so good. I'm happy with it. All the windows in the place were donated from a friend of mine at work. And they're thermal pane, like double pane thermal pane windows. He did some remodeling, and he gave me it. He saved the windows for me and gave them to me, which I really appreciate. Much like the roof, that was basically a freebie, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's reusable material. It's better windows than I was going to buy. I was going to go to Menards, buy the cheapest windows I could, and these are a hell of a lot better. So I have no complaints. But the one facing the river to the west is a big window on its side, basically, and it works good. So no problem there. Outside, this is where I got a little propane hookup for a 20-pound tank for my inside cooker. I've got a camp stove type deal. Works good. It's a chef whatever, something, I don't remember. Whatever it is, it does work fine. So, but you can see the chinking around this way, and of course, you can see a little bit of eave work in that. It's all boxed in. Up against the cabin itself. And then there's an overhang to keep the moisture away as much as we can. Especially this year, it's been something. So, of course, I got outside grill at the site, and basically here's the porch. Got a little swing rocker on it, and actually it's very nice. It's relaxing. I get done hunting, I come out here and sit. A day like today, you really appreciate having a nice warm cabin. It's not cold out, but it's wet. My clothes are dry because I dried, and I'm drying my jacket right now by the wood stove. So we'll go inside, see what it looks like in here on camera. It's a dark day, so it's hard to get a good look. Well, maybe it's not too bad. So wood stove's going. That would be the north wall. Those two yellow canvases, those are fire retardant canvases. Those are used for a wall tent. And they're very retardant. They won't start on fire. Canvas tents are notorious for starting on fire. You put a wood stove in them, but if you put those against your wall, so I opted for those. I was going to do brick. Unfortunately, brick would take up another 3 inches, and that makes a lot of difference. The stove would have to come out further again, and I've tried it. I've got it very hot. Put my hand behind there, very little heat penetrates that canvas, so I'm happy with that. Inside here also there's the camp stove. I guess it's a camp chef, I couldn't remember. Right here, the big window facing west. If I get a good shot. But that's my view I don't know if the camera does it justice. You can see the water of the river, and right across is a waterfall from the creek that runs in. This corner is kind of a storage corner. Obviously it's for cooking. It's kind of like the little kitchen area. I don't know what to say about it. I got storage underneath. You know, do most of my cooking in black iron. Any baking or whatever, don't do a lot of that. There's some overhead shelving. You know, obviously you got shelving around. Of course, we got lanterns and battery lights, LEDs. So that's pretty much, you know, the way it is. So, and wood storage over here. Right now I'm a little short on dry wood. I have to make some wood for the fall. Not a big deal. And a little another little rocker type love seat, I guess. Actually, it's like a patio furniture. I thought that would work nice, and so far it has. I can't really complain. The patio, you know, furniture. Of course, there's a dog bed on it, but that's for a later date. He's not out here right now. So now we will go upstairs. It's pretty much done. I don't know what else I'm going to do up here, really. So I've got carpeting. What I did was I bought, from Menards, I bought throw rugs. And there's, I think 6 or 7 throw rugs here. And as you can see, it does make it pretty nice. Now the reason I did that is because I got a kneel up here. This is a loft, but I like to use it as much as possible. So that way I can walk around on my knees and not have problems. So, and you can see, I gotta clean these windows yet. Maybe later today. But this is out the south side. So you can see the fire pit, you know, from up here in the woods, of course. And the winter, actually, it's really pretty looking out these windows. All frosted, if you like winter, which I normally do. Depends how hard it is, I guess. Of course, I got all the bedding off the bed right now. Yes, that's an inclined bed. Makes it kind of easier. So I've gotten used to sleeping like that anyway. So I have to get a cover back on this, put the cover on it, make the bed. Next time I come out, next time I use it. But anyway, here of course is the north window. And you can see right up the river from the north window. Yep, so that's what she looks like up here. So, but I'm interested to see how warm if it'll be fairly warm this winter. It's enough Pink Panther insulation. It isn't 2-inch, it's 1.5 inches. I bought 1.5 inches only because it was cheaper. Somebody must have ordered a truckload of it, and I know by code in some places you can't use it. Of course here we got no code, so I'll use what I want. So I got it very reasonably compared to 2-inch, and it loses a little bit of its R value, being a little thinner, but it also takes up less room. And then if I want to put paneling or something over it in the future, I still can. So it makes it cozy. As a matter of fact, I've had the wood stove going, you know, just for an hour, and it's pretty hot up here actually. So it's hot and dry. Feels nice. So of course no leaks yet. It's too new for that. But anyway, really the only thing I want to finish up here is on the ends. I have exposed fiberglass insulation. Well, I'll put some of this Pink Panther. I'll cut it and just put it over it and just use it, you know, use it like siding. And that's going to be it. That'll be it for up here. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's the tour of the cabin, and I've probably forgotten more of what I did here than I could ever remember, actually. So if you'd like to see how it got built, and instead of just a short little tour, most of it I have video. And sometimes, like I said, I'll tell you, it's double the work to do it and then video it as well. So it's okay if you can just run the camera, but if you have to narrate and do all that stuff, it gets, and then edit, it takes a lot of effort. So I did the best I could with showing the build. And there's other people who build cabins on YouTube, and they do a much better job video-wise, but I enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And continue to keep watching my channel. I am going to have more content, more away from cabin building and more to outdoor, you know, what I do in the woods here, hunting season, fishing. I'll throw some fishing videos in, and you know, well, whatever has to do with the outdoors, that's the plan for my channel and for the rest of the videos. Like I said, the cabin was a 2-year project, basically. Actually closer to 3, I guess. I'm still working on it, and it will continue as far as the small stuff. But from here on out, like I said, the focus of the channel is going to change. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.